Good evening.
Hello, Donna.
Hello, sweetheart. How are you?
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us on the Big Detecting Show. Unfortunately, our host, Dave Sadler, is not well tonight, bless him. So thoughts go out to Dave, but you've got me and Donna. So we'll be waffling off about a load of old soot and metal detecting. And more importantly, we've got a really good
We've got a
guest
grown-up
on
coming
tonight.
on. He'll put us in our place.
Someone who actually metal detects and has found some amazing things coming on shortly.
Yeah,
Anyway,
absolutely.
how have you been this week, Donna?
I've had an exciting week.
Briefly.
Exciting week. Oh, I've done Thirlwell's Goes metal detecting.
That's enough. Yep. Oh.
I've been out a couple of times. I just want to thank Mike, actually, from Dutchy Detectors. If he's watching, Mike, I need to get in contact with you because he was really helpful. But after the Regton show, I was phoning around trying to find some non-ST over-ear XL WSA headphones for the DS2. Couldn't find any. And I ended up talking to Seb at Regton. So Stuart bought me not only the headphones, but the HF coil for my upcoming birthday. So I've been out playing.
That's a lot of money. And
I deserve it.
That's a show in itself. The HF2 coil and the ST headphones. I'll just say hello to people in the chat, regular people, Andrew T, Stephen Brame, Charlie Dreamer, Matt Kent. Oh, Matt, you're in here early.
Yes.
Yeah. Philip Wills, of course. CPE09, Dean Machiavelli, Michael Jarvis.
Derek's in, and Derek did say, we want to say hi to Ange. Derek did say last week that Ange, they're taking it a day at a time, so I hope she's doing all right, Derek.
Yeah, bless. Yeah, with her cancer treatment.
It's tough.
A lot of people in the chat. Interesting one here, Donna. Andrew T from Canada. Good evening, friends. Gutted that there is no detectable this year. Can we please get Gary to commit to RCM? No fixed dates. So can I book a flight? I have Minelab 500 already. Well, you're right. Minelab. Not Minelab, Detectable have cancelled. But they haven't cancelled it. They've just had a year out.
They're postponing for a year due to something's happened with the land, apparently.
I think Pete Terrell from LP, who runs Detectable now, I think he's being quite honest on this, and hats off to him, because he had a very, very, very stressful last year when I met him and chatted with him. And there's a lot going on. It's a big event, and Jesus Christ, we had like headline acts that you paid for.
That was amazing. That was amazing. So a shame about the weather. Hi, Jacqueline.
Well, but more importantly, he's possibly, whether it's Pete's busy or the land. In the message I got, it was they're struggling to get land this year, but. Yeah. Hats off to him for not putting on an event where he can't get great land. So
it's what you've got to say. The bottom line is, Detectable is the event, and they're going to come back next year, as far as we know, bigger and better. So
yeah, I think they will.
It's nice. I think it's nice that he's stepped forward and said it early as well.
Yeah, because we've not heard about Rodney Cook yet, and as you know, I'm quite involved with that. I think that'll be coming up soon. Whether it will be no frills again, small ones, but yeah. Anyone in the chat know of any big events apart from Minelab 500?
The Diggers, which one is it?
Yeah, in sort of lower than Birmingham. Where I can drive.
No, Minelab 500 is very south of me. It's a long drive. Can we say hi to Jeff Valerie Reed from Waterville, Nova Scotia, joining us?
Oh, wow. Hi, Jeff.
Good evening.
Hi, Jeff. So welcome to the show. We talk about metal detecting predominantly in the UK and also worldwide, because we talk about different metal detectors and we have guests on from all over the world, don't we, Donna?
We do. And I've been a guest today. I've been talking about metal detecting to a community group all afternoon.
Well done.
It was good. It was
going back to the dates, I think everything's, well, RCM's going to, I don't set this in stone, but end of August, beginning of September, I think is pretty much where it will be. But maybe we'll get Mr. Gary Cook on, not next week, the week after, because next week we've got a really interesting guest on.
We have. Well, I probably won't be here all the week after, but yeah, we have.
Yeah, I might show this just before our guest, poor old Chris Langston, sitting in the background.
Yeah, he's sitting there drinking himself.
Donna, keep talking because I've forgotten how to do this.
About. You haven't sent me an Adrian's wall either. Yeah, so I've been busy, and if any of you can get out and talk to local community groups about what you do, it makes for a really good and interesting talk for them, something different. I took my detector, I took the legend because it's easier to sort of get a grasp of. I did a PowerPoint of some of my finds and just talked about the trials and the pitfalls and the joys of treasure hunting and what it means actually putting locally found artifacts into their social context, and they really enjoyed it and lots of people came up to talk to me afterwards. So get out there and show your finds, and we will be talking about that with Chris Langston as well.
Yes, we will, and I'll be interested. I've lost everything here. I'm trying to share.
We are slick. If you're tuning in for the first time,
here we go.
We are slick.
Right. So I got an email this week, and I think it's been all over social media, from a guy who is a quite high level web developer, like in the hobby. We've got a lot of people, and this hobby is all about giving back. In what I see, giving back to the hobby. So me and Donna here tonight in our free time, not getting paid, talking a load of old to you guys, just because we love the hobby so much. We love it, and we want to give back. And this guy, he loves the hobby a lot, and I'll just show you what he's done. So he's created a website called Relic Tag. Right. So how does it work? So I want to create a label. So I put in coin and I put in, I don't know, there's a Sphinx number. So let's say it's that. I put the date of the find today and I put Essex. I put what 3 words? I could put what 3 words in there, but I'll put it in. And I'll put Donna's hair piece. Now this is the clever bit. So I generate a label, right? And this creates a label with a QR code. Now I can download this as a PDF, and can you see that or not?
Yeah.
No,
I can. It's quite small, but you can see it enough to know that it's there.
So if I open up it, so anyway, I can open that up as a PDF, right? Now this folds over on a piece of paper. So at the moment you cut it out, but if you scan that QR code on your phone now, if you're sitting gym painting or whoever at home, if you scan that QR code, that will take you directly to that record of your coin, where you found it and when you found it. I hear you all saying, yeah, but he's getting my location, he's finding out where I am. The beauty of this is it's completely free and The tool runs entirely in your browser. Nothing you enter is saved, tracked, or sent any server,
That's very clever.
except when generating the PDF, which is created on the fly and immediately discarded. And then I think, oh, well, what about the QR code? Because that's got to stay there. That is encrypted. So even the guy behind it, who's coming on the show next week, I forgot to phone him actually. So relictag.com, I highly recommend it. And I'll tell you why. I'll go back to the show, is because I have heard, and I know for a fact, a lot of people, including my dad, have passed away and they've left little bits of writing about their coins they've found detecting. You can't read it. It's faded, it's deteriorated, or whatever. A QR code, scan it, it's there. And I think this is going to be something that Paz should look at seriously, because if I died and I hadn't labelled, or I'd labelled my finds with that QR code, oh my God, how good would it go be?
Yeah, but you need to put your Paz number in there as well, and that's what would be really nice.
If it's gone to the Paz.
What would be really nice is if you had a corresponding kind of miniature version that you could stick on your, or a number that you could write on your artifact, so that it generates a number every time.
But you could put that in the upper fields. But anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, what I mean is how you attach something to your artifact. So say if you've got
well, you put it
coin,
in a wallet.
Yeah, but not.
It's designed for a wallet.
Is it
50 mil wallet?
See, what I want is something that you can put on your finds when they're actually in a box. You know, so there's a little label on a buckle or something like that, so you know what it is.
But that, we could go into
I
things.
know.
Anyway,
we got somebody here who might be able to explain that to us.
Right. Where are we? 16 minutes. Let's bring our guest on.
It is going to be interesting anyway.
Right.
Definitely.
Here's Chris.
Oh. He gives the best hug in the metal detecting world. I just want to say that. I'm only on because you might give me a hug.
He's one of the normalest blokes. He's a normal guy. Really nice guy.
How can
Chris,
you talk like that? You just were speaking without moving your lips.
Me?
No, Adrian.
Have you heard of Celebrity Squares? Or I used to be on television as a ventriloquist. Right, Chris, I know who you are. Donna knows who you are. People new to the hobby or watching the show, tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name's Chris. I've been metal detecting for about 15 years now, and just love history, and that's about me really. A part of Regton team, the metal detecting team, and just mad about history and metal detecting.
And now philanthropist. Now, actually, officially, because it was in the paper. Chris Langston, philanthropist.
Well, before we get to there, Chris, you've got a certain brand of machine you use, Garrett. And they've ramped it up recently with the Vortex VX9 6.
I'm pointing
7,
to it.
Whatever.
I'm pointing to it. I can't do it. There it is.
There you go. There you go.
It's the blueprint for the first Garrett metal detector, just there.
For those who don't know Chris, he's got quite a big following on Instagram.
Just a bit.
He's got 48,000 followers. So if you want to follow Chris on Instagram, I will just I'll try and find out how to do it because Dave's not here. We'll put his thing on Instagram. But Chris, I would say, is probably, this is me saying this, the best photographic metal detectorist in the world. I will put my hands up and say that. He takes absolutely amazing photos of his artifacts. and he's found a lot, which leads me on to say, Chris, you made a decision probably end of last year, beginning of this year, to do something with your finds. What was it?
Yeah, just thanks for all those lovely comments and stuff. That's lovely. Thank you. I'm sure I'm the best.
You're a good bloke.
Purely the best photographer for metal detecting in Oswestry, Shropshire. There you go. But yeah, a bit of a plug for Oswestry. But no, I've decided I have a small display in the local museum, which had quite a few of my finds in there. But earlier on this year, I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to put the whole lot in there, including the treasure finds that have been disclaimed and some mocked up claimed ones which are just for display purposes, and just completely revamp the whole cabinet with absolutely everything that I found. There are hammered coins and stuff in there, but it's all about the other stuff that's actually got a story to it, rather than, oh look, there's some shiny coins, because it's all, everyone loves it, but it's all the other stuff like Roman votive legs and French art, even Legos in there that I put in there that I've put it on the surface. Wow. So yeah, it's a great snapshot of everything that I found.
I've just put your metal detecting holidays, which is your Instagram page. There's a reason behind that.
If you just search Chris Langston, might be easier. You'll see my face, and then you'll get to the same thing on Instagram. Yeah. And of course, Oswestry Unearthed, which is the display in the museum. You can look for that as well on Facebook, Oswestry Unearthed, and you'll see all of this collection up there.
I mean, you have actually had a small collection in there for a while. So you've had a case in there for a while, haven't you, of your personal finds? So what made you take the big leap? You know, what was the thought process between, I've got all this stuff all around me? I mean, a lot of people in the chat, a lot of people watching back. Me, I share mine with my community. We do exhibitions. A lot of people don't do that. They have them in drawers, in cupboards, in display cases at home. What made you decide to make that public and take that big leap from going to a small case to a massive case?
The humble beginnings was in the library, so it's just like a little small A3 size portable display. And then basically, my thoughts on it is that we're only custodians of these things, and as nice as it is having a little shrine like this here, this is all my bottles and stuff. They don't want that in the museum, but that's another story. It's just sharing it with everyone out there, rather than just people that come around your house or on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. It's actually going out there in the community, local museum, just donated everything, and it's been bizarre. When I was setting up the cabinet, I had my eldest with me. He's 15, and the people that were coming in visiting, I was meant to be there for an hour. I was there for about 2 or 3 hours. I kept talking to people, and they were, because I was in the cabinet, handing them the finds. It was just everything that what it was meant to be. Even if there was only 2 people, 1 person that did that was it for me. But there's been hundreds.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I do think that's what tends to happen when there's a presence. So when we do our big exhibitions, I've got a landowner who has a personal collection. They do an open farm Sunday. My museum organisation that I run, we collaborate with them to make a timeline of the whole history of our part of the Fen Edge. And they have about 9,000 people through the gate, and we pretty much talk all day. And I mean, I'm good at talking, but even I'm worn out. We talk all day. People come through that tent. Honestly, by the end of the day, I can't speak. I literally can't speak. There's no words left. I mean, when I say talking all day, I mean you don't even get a wee break, because there's constantly people love it. People love history and archaeology, and I think it's brilliant. You know, kudos to you, Chris, because a lot of people are very gollum about their finds. A lot of people find it very hard to share them, even with their mates, but they find it very hard to share them outside of their own house, even to take it to school and show it to kids. But to actually give it up and put it in a museum is amazing. You know, and it's an example. But I've had Stephen Brame in the chat has just said, I am funny. Thank you, Stephen. But Stephen Brame in the chat has just said he's offered some of his finds to his local museum and they don't want to take them. And there is that problem that a lot of museums can't take the fines. I don't believe that.
Well,
no.
Well, I'll just step in here. We've got a bit of an issue regarding flows. They're underfunded, and Detectable this year has been delayed. I won't say cancelled because I don't like saying that. They had flows this year, and they were recording everyone's fines, but they are under a lot of pressure, and it is down to funding. So if there was a way of getting a better system in place, which they're working on, the online system, I think that would help. And Chris, how do you find submitting your stuff to your flows?
I can't fault the flows at all in Shropshire. The only thing that you can fault is the pressure that they're under, and one flow to cover the whole of Shropshire, which is the largest landlocked county in the UK, and Herefordshire. So that's one person. And they were struggling before lockdown, but there was an explosion of fines during lockdown, and they just cannot and could not keep on top of it. So we've had a various few flows since the lockdown. We started off with Peter Evil, who's absolutely, they've all been great. And more recently, we've had Clara Sousa de Cunha, who's been looking after her, and she's gone on now to Wales. So now the team in Birmingham have been working through a massive big backlog of fines and recording in their absence. And now, as far as I believe, we're getting 2 flows to cover both areas now. So there'll be double the amount of time. Once the Birmingham team have caught up with the backlog, then these guys are going to should be firing on double power.
That's great. That is really, really good.
It is heritage across the board is underfunded, whether it's even at a large scale, historic England, English heritage, all of the big stuff is underfunded. When it gets down to the smaller local museums, and the flows are very lowly in all of that, they're paid peanuts to do what is a really important and responsible job. And I don't think they get the training that they need in terms of customer service a lot of the time. I think they are under a huge amount of pressure to do. They do an awful lot of training on the fines, but not so much training in customer facing. And the trouble is, a lot of the training that they do takes up the time they could be recording. But you did mention COVID, Chris, and I know for a fact, and my flow was as well, my Cambridgeshire flow, a lot of the flows were actually put on other duties during COVID. So they had backlogs that they could have caught up with during COVID when people weren't allowed out and about, and they were put on other duties. One of mine was actually she had to phone people up to see if they were okay, instead of doing important work when a volunteer could have done that. So it is tricky because they all work under different councils, I think.
Donna,
yes, darling.
Sorry, I just noticed over your right shoulder there's a magazine. One? Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Oh, who's the man? Who's the man on the front?
Sharp.
He looks butch. He looks butch.
That's a reference.
He looks quite butch, that bloke.
I'm very proud. I'm actually a cover girl at long last.
Is your husband wrapped that in laminate?
It's so it doesn't get sticky.
For those who want to know, if anyone's got a dartboard and they've worn it out, Donna's on the front cover of this month's Treasure Hunting magazine. I think we should get Chris on the front, actually, because he's a bit of a legend.
And he's Chris, very handsome as well, though.
Yeah, and more importantly, he's brilliant at photography. Chris,
you'll take a photo of yourself, Chris, and send it in.
you. How are you finding the Vortex?
I love it.
Yeah, because it's like the AT Pro, but more compact, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I like it. I've been using the Max. I've been using for about 4 or 5 years, I guess, since it came out, pretty much. And before that, I used the Pro. Before that, it was the Ace. And I've had the Apex in between as well. But I've always my two go-tos are the Max and the Vortex. But I haven't used the Max since the Vortex. Since I started trialing it with Garrett in the in the early stages of the prototype ones. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
And there's a recent update that has just come out for the Vortex, isn't there? Or am I gonna? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna just, if you don't mind, just share. Sorry, putting you big screen. I'm just gonna share what Chris has found on his Instagram page. So this is, look at the photography, Donna, on this. So,
what camera do you use, Chris?
Just one, yeah, it's Samsung S24.
What have I got? I've got Samsung. No idea what mine is.
Look at these photos. They're absolutely amazing. We've got a video here. Oh, look.
That's a little black clock face, that is.
That's incredible.
Is that plastic? Is that plastic?
No, it's glass. No, I think it's Czechoslovakian glass, I think. And it's a child's toy watch.
It's stunning.
Oh, my God. And look, this is Chris's finds in the museum. Oh, my God. Look at that. I would be there for like 2 hours.
Well, which is the thing that you found hardest to part with, Chris?
Because
that's a lot of finds.
Yeah, I've got in the cabinet. Yeah, that's the Apex in there. That's my youngest Apex. I don't tell him though. But I'd say the hardest stuff. Where would you start? Probably not what you expect. I reckon. I've never thought I'm gonna lose this or anything. Because I've got a key to the cabinet as well. So it's I obviously have to sign everything in and out. But I'd say I don't know. Not so much the treasure stuff, the Viking stuff. There's not much Viking stuff found in Oswestry. Or Shropshire. We're out of Danelaw, so we're quite away from the line. And the long going thing is that no one's really found any Viking bits and pieces in or around Oswestry until I rocked up with a metal detector and I found a 4-way harness, Anglo-Scandinavian wire ring, a dagger throat, a Anglo-Scandinavian pommel, Brazil nuts type one, the shape for that as well, and buckles, a Viking gaming piece.
How the hell did you get a robin to sit on your coil?
That's amazing picture.
I was trying to take a photo of him. I take the photo of a find, and I looked up, and he was sat on my coil. And I was trying to take a video, and it turned out I was speaking to myself, but I took loads of photos. But,
that's amazing.
It's by accident.
So, if you're not on Chris, you on Facebook as well, or more Instagram, aren't you?
Yeah, more Instagram. There's got a lot of my finds on the Oswestry Unearthed on Facebook. And you'll see that there. You can just have a look at all the finds that are in the museum and local history as well.
You see, I don't do either of those. I do lots of YouTube. I'm on YouTube a lot, but I don't do Insta or Facebook. So I miss out on stuff like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why haven't you got a YouTube channel, Chris?
I don't know. I'm not really big on videos. All of my videos that I do online, I just put nice music over the top of it, 80s and 90s and stuff, you know. So rather than me breathing heavily in the background.
Fair enough.
But yes, and I don't know, YouTube. I know it's a bit controversial saying this. It's getting to be a bit of a AM radio now, isn't it? A little bit.
Well, YouTube, yes. I think there's a lot of pressure. There is a lot of pressure on people to post crap as well and shorts, and I hate that. I like the long form videos and stuff that gives you information.
I love your analogy of YouTube is AM radio. I think that is really good. Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
YouTuber.
It is quite hard. Before I forget, John Clayton, did you receive your prize from last week? A rucksack with a six in it and some hats.
I got another hat. Look at
well,
that.
he got a. I
finally got a woolly one. Look. Finally, somebody gave me a woolly detecting hat, and I thank you, Seb, darling, Marcus, and all team. I'm thrilled.
So, Chris, what made you go for Regton?
Well, just I live in the Midlands, and they're my closest metal detecting shop. And when I started metal detecting holidays, when I had the American guys and that coming over to detect with me in Shropshire, I kind of built up a rapport with the guys, and so that led on to me being part of the detecting team with them, and just attending events with them, helping them out at the rallies and what have you. So, but yeah, that's.
I must admit, I can't be biased in any way, but Regton, yeah, they're Marcus, Seb. I think Seb. Oh, Seb's in. Hi, Seb. He's in
Seb.
Yeah, they're very lovely guys. Really, really nice.
I think they're very helpful. I mean, we are lucky that. I mean, I had to phone around loads of people trying to get information that I couldn't get, and Regton are always they're going to help no matter what. But everyone is lovely. All the dealers are helpful. They're all polite. They're all knowledgeable. I think the one thing that you notice is time. Nothing is too much trouble. I mean, Seb is going to be delighted that I set everything up all by myself. All right, and I didn't have to call you, and it all works.
You're the worst customer.
Look at me, but I did it. I didn't have to pick up the phone.
Oh, God.
But they're just honestly so helpful.
Apologies from me and Dave for Donna.
I apologise.
Honestly,
I apologise for taking up time.
Who buys ST headphones and won't use them in ST?
Because I'm not ready. What I want to do, I've only had my Deus for 2 years. 3 years.
That's like buying a 4K TV and watching everything in standard. You've got to learn. You've got the ST stereo sound with the Deus is something. It's going to take a long time for. I'm still playing with it.
Exactly.
It's going to take a long time.
Step.
But there's going to be a benefit, and I know there is. Otherwise, they wouldn't have launched it.
So you just got to figure out what it is.
I've spoken to quite a few people who had a play with the stereo setup, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know all this," and when I was running on single frequency, it was a better target. And yes, well, it's what you were used to. Just learn the machine.
There's going to be a period of adjustment, yeah.
It's like getting out of a manual Capri and getting in a Tesla.
Yeah, but that's the problem. So I've
had
my
car analogy. Sorry.
I know, but I do understand that one. And I had my XP Gold Max for I want to say 10 years. I knew every buzz, click, beep, every tone, everything off by heart. I could tell you what I was picking up. I knew it off by heart. I've had my Deus 2 for 3 years, but I have also been using my Nox 800 and I've also been using the Legend. I haven't really focused on it. I haven't really got to know all the programs yet, and I don't feel like I know that well enough to then go on to, oh my God, let's go absolute disco sounds, because I'm not confident enough with everything that machine can do. I don't think I've explored it enough. And I think there is a lot more to explore before I take the next step. And I think in detecting, a lot of people, I don't know what you...
Yeah. So, Chris, with the Vortex, since the updates, how have you found the machine performing? Because I've heard it's a lot better. Well,
yeah,
I've got one.
To be fair, and this is not, I'm not biased. I've always used Garrett, but it hasn't. It is a lot better than as it's got on from the very first beginning models that came out. But I haven't noticed much difference in the stability because it was pretty stable anyway. And I'm hitting tiny little targets, and it's given me. I've got the confidence with it to go out in the field, whereas I didn't have in the beginning, but now I know what to leave and what not to leave, and that's it's really sensitive. And I've found some really tiny little targets. I had a little tiny portcullis penny and a couple of little tiny hammered fragments with it, and if you're finding that stuff, it's a no-brainer. It's working.
Yeah, it depends how deep it is, but yeah, agree.
Yeah, I mean the depth with the new the update, the depth improved a bit as well. So.
Right, Donna, shush. So we'll just go back to the chat. Anyone there using the Legend 2? Yes, I've had it for about a month.
Tell us about it.
Chris, have you ever used a Nocta machine?
No, I've used the Deus 2. And just Garrett stuff. Other than that, really.
Yeah,
but I'm not.
Not to. How can I put this politely? The last, probably 6-7 years ago, Nocta was deemed as the larder. No, I won't say larder. They were quite. They weren't great in the hobby. Oh my God! Right. Suddenly they've gone boom, and I've got the Legend
mid-range, and now they're kind of
they're knocking up against the top people. But Jeff Valerie Reed, who's in, I don't know where he is. He's abroad. He's in Canada or somewhere. But yeah, one of the key things for me is ergonomics of a detector. And the Legend 2 has blown me away, really. Janet Davis, hi Chris, Adrian, Lady Martin. She called you bloody Lady Martin.
It's because I am. I'm a lady.
Awesome. One thing I will say with Garrett, when they brought out the Apex, I was quite blown away by the screen, which I think is the easiest. If you're a beginner or mid. If how can I put this? If you're a beginner to the hobby, don't go for your Amazon Wing Wang Woo that will go 6 foot. The Apex was such a good screen, such a simple interface, bit like the Vortex, isn't it, Chris? It is so easy. I'd say if you look at what Chris has found, which we've shown earlier, which is some really good stuff. The interface on the machine is turn it on and go. I'd say it's probably the best interface on the market for a
but that's what I like. Turn it on and go.
Yeah. And Garrett are very, very good at that. And I think some people get, how can I put it? It's like, going back to cars again. No, I won't go to cars.
No, you won't. No, the chat has complained about you mentioning a car.
Yeah, but you turn on a metal detector and you want to detect, and you want your VDI, your tones, and what program you're in, sensitivity. That's about it, really. And the Vortex and the Apex is I'm getting confused here. Apex is the basic one, and Vortex is the top one. But just go for the Vortex. Go for a VX5. Am I right?
The VX5 is the lower one, and then VX5, VX7, VX9. So you can buy the Block 5 and then just upgrade it right to the 9. Same machine, just upgrade the software.
And I think that's a really good idea. I mean, a lot of beginners will start with something like Simplex and then go out and buy a Manticore. and it's too much. You know, you can't have 6 months with a simplex and then go whoop. You're you'll get it in the end, but you're going to have no learning curve. And really, to do this well, you need some kind of a stage learning. Do it slowly, do it well. When I'm teaching somebody, I just walk them through step by step, do it slowly, teach them how to detect properly. And I normally teach with an analog machine, really, just so that you're listening, teach people to listen and identify targets and not to run a.
Chris, what was your first detector?
It was a Euroace with a big, I think it's a Mars 13 by 12 coil.
Mars coil, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like it was proper heavy. But I just loaned it and I used that and I broke the arm cup. I used a piece of drain pipe to hold the arm cup on for a while, and and that was in the beginning. And then I found a bunch of scrap silver in bits and pieces, just loads of blank coins and stuff. And I put all of the real rubbishy stuff, sold that, and then bought an AT Pro. And that was my first step on getting my own detector, and I had to give the other one back then.
It's funny, I'll make myself big here. It's funny you're saying about AT Pro, because I've spoken to a lot of people who got rid of their AT Pros and they've gone back to them because they're not happy with the, I don't know if it's complexity or just general multi-frequency. What have you heard that?
I've always thought of the AT Pro but versus the Max as like the Pros are refined gentlemen that'll give you yes, no, maybe, whereas where the Max is, are we there yet? Are we there yet? So I can imagine that. But so for me, it's so much more of a chilled machine than the Max, but the Max has just got the edge on depth and sensitivity. So I can see why people go back to the Max, and that'll be a go-to for years to come. I'd be really surprised if they ever discontinued making it, because people still, like you say, go back to it or buy one again after getting rid of it. So
yeah, no. Sorry, we've got Donna. I'll unmute her.
No, I haven't got anything to say. I was going to say that Garrett is used a lot by Americans. No, Garrett is used a lot by Americans. You have a lot of American people over to detect with you, Chris. Do they all bring Garrett machines over? Do they struggle with performance on English soil? Because obviously it's very different from detecting where they are in America.
I haven't took a bunch of people out with me since 2019, apart from at the rallies when the American guys, Garrett team of that, have been there and have been with them. But most of the guys that have come over with me independently, few years back, I've had a complete whole range of machines. It's mainly Minelabs and Deus. I've had to say that was the initial lot. And then it was the Knox had just come out, and then it was the 800, and I've had CTX 30s, a few yellow Garretts, some people that have just turned up with something that they borrowed that doesn't work, like an old Viking with a coil snapped off the end, and I've just had to lend them them. But and it's been a good mix of machines, really. But as all you can see now at the rallies, it's a big. It's Deus 2 and Minelabs. You see loads and loads, don't you?
Yeah. No, I just wondered because the Garrett crowd seem to be pretty strong in the States. Stephen Brame says, does the vortex detect coke? So does the vortex pick up coke? Depends on sensitivity, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you cannot. It'll detect it. You can hear the sound, but you'll know that the vortex. It's if you're digging 2832s, you're going to hit it. So you know to avoid.
But also, don't knock out coke, because there's hammers there. So
quarters and
if you're digging coke, you're digging on a historical permission. So don't. I'd rather.
Isn't that the problem when people say, "Well, don't dig anything under 20," and you think, I mean, we're talking about different 20 means something different on all machines.
Yeah,
but don't dig the lower numbers. Well, sometimes the lower numbers are a very small thing.
Yeah.
You get a clear signal, you've got a risk digging it.
See, I've been sorry,
come on.
Yeah, I've been detecting with someone, Australian guy, Nathan, and he was using the Knox 800. And we were on this bank, I was detecting with him, and I was just like, I was amazed by this, how he could just not get coke. And I'm just so, what are you getting on that? And he was like, nothing. It's giving me a thing, but it's not. I was like, okay. So I dug it, and it was part of a broken button. But his machine had gone now. It just dismissed as coke. So that, you know, but then the recovery time, if you're using something that removes that coke, you're going to dig more holes, aren't you? So your recovery time and hole dug, if you're ignoring coke, is going to easily be more than someone else using a different detector that does find coke in the same field. So by value of holes that you're ignoring, you're going to sort of find more targets, because we're wasting a bit of time digging those coke, but you should never ignore coke.
You're right. And always, you know, every now and then have a day on your permission where you just dig signals. Signals. So you get a one-way hit and you get a bit of a grunt and you think, oh, it's going to be iron. Isn't always iron. You've got probably 1 in 4 chance of it being something other than iron, just a deep, strange target. And that's true. I found a Saxon helmet cheek piece like that. So you can, and Stephen Brame will agree with me, you can get some really interesting finds digging stuff like that you'd normally avoid.
Yeah, definitely.
Chris, what is your, I hate saying this question, your favourite find?
Favourite finds, I hate saying this, but everything in that cabinet. So yeah, it's that's why it's there. And I find a joy in virtually everything that I found. So it's a bit of a wide thing. It can go from barrel tap keys. I love finding a musket ball. If I find a musket ball, that's been an achievement. So if you're mentally ready for sort of just like musket balls and buttons, then anything else is a massive bonus. So my expectations go in low. And then but yeah, I like the release of adrenaline when you're finding it, the endorphins when you've looked at it, and then posting it on Instagram, you get another buzz from that, and then looking at it at home and then putting it in the museum. So it's, for me, it's like big hits of adrenaline each time it goes up another level. Sometimes it ends up on the news, like the tax disc that I found, and then it's getting even more of an adrenaline rush. Not about me, but about the find. That's not meant to be me being ooh, but it's just showing people or seeing it again and watching that react, and I love it.
Tell us about the tax disc.
Well, I was detecting not far from Alter Street, and had a nice signal, and it was a tax disc. It was in quite right near a bottle dump, so it was kind of sort of like on the edge of the bottle dump and into the field. And I can't ignore that. And it was made of copper. The tax disc was. I scraped it off with my hands and sort of thought it might be a bit old, and still smashed glass in the front of it. So I've sprayed it off with a spray bottle, and there's a tax disc still underneath the glass. And I'm spraying it along, and it said 1924. This was in 2023 when I found it, and I found it sort of, I think it was November, December time, and I worked it out because it was a tax disc for 1924. It must have been bought in 1923, and I'm there digging it up 100 years later, 2023, and it's a Model T Ford. It's got written on it the make, Model T Ford, cc. I think it was 25 cc, and it was £1 per cc. You got charged for the road tax, so it would have been £25 in 1923 to buy this. 1923 was £25 just for tax disc. That's just phenomenal.
Adrian's disappeared, by the way. No, that's amazing. He's probably gone for a wee, yeah. No, so did you ever find out the car, or just the fact that
it's a Model T Ford? It was written in there with the indelible ink, so that's in the museum as well. So and right next to it, I found some spark plugs, which were Champion X spark plugs. Which, guess what? They were, which was just literally been thrown away. And they are what comes standard with a Model T Ford Champion X spark plugs. And in another field, completely other way from that, I found a Model T Ford radiator cap as well.
So do you think a farmer had scrapped one on the field somewhere?
Yeah, it's quite near to a bottle dump, so it's probably sort of, just as time's gone on. I've done a bit of a weird collection to throw in, but it's just pretty bizarre. That was I think no, it wasn't that. It was I found a witch bottle by the bottle dump when I was digging, and it was just like
amazing.
This little vial with hair.
Kent will be with you on that, with the hair and the nails. And
yeah, I put it back in the dump, and that ended up in Ripley's Believe It or Not. That was actually in that. That's just pretty mad, isn't it?
Really? So how come it ended up in the Believe It or Not? Just because it's just a rare survival?
Someone had somebody must have alerted them to it, but it says Chris Langston found this witch bottle in the dump, and I sent it to the Flow, and the Flow got in touch with somebody from a spiritual society in Shropshire, and I'm not going to say names or anything. I thought it's quite funny because I put it back, but I'd been told the message was passed on through the Flow that he could reverse any bad juju.
There you go. Well, it could do, but it was actually put in the house for protection. Is what
and I put it back. Yeah, I was tipping it upside down. I was thinking, it's got stuff in it. And then I realised I spoke to the Flow. He was like, "That urine."
Anything nasty is going to go in there. We were talking about the iffy signals, and Derek Sheeran said that he once dug an iffy signal just for the hell of it. It turned out to be a gold chain.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't dig a lot of gold because we don't listen to those kind of signals. We tend to go, no, it's nothing. And gold signals such a low frequency. It's not something you normally do.
I mean, the coins that I found a noble, 2 or 3 sovereigns, and those ones are banged up, real nice, high sweep. You would no mistake in them ones. But the rings that I found, and I found a half Albert chain, 9 karat gold, and that was on such a bad day, and it was a real cronky signal. And when I dug it, I thought it was costume jewelry, and it broke in 2 in my hand. And it was half Albert with a T-bar on it. But not in a million years on a normal day would I have dug that. It was just blisteringly hot. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many signals where you stand over it and you go across it and you think, oh, I don't know, I can't be asked to dig this. You're on your way off the field or something, and something makes you stop and dig it, and it's always something good. I've had a couple of, don't tell Adrian because he's not on. I've had a couple of really nice Roman fibula brooches like that, literally just swinging off the field, and some of them, especially if they're just a little bit on their side, so it almost is open like a buckle, can really make a strange noise. And and you could easily just walk away from that. You say on a good day. Dean McAvady said he found a 1930s Triumph motorbike engine cover in a field close to a hedge. He didn't get a chance to look for the rest of the bike as the farmer sold the field. That's a shame. I'll tell you what, there's a few people who would probably like that engine cover. You can get them re-chromed, and they end up in a hell of a state. Adrian's trying to come back on. I think we've got the quite great storm down here. How is your weather where you are?
Yeah, it's pretty mad. It's been pretty windy as well, sort of sideways. I was going to go out earlier, but I'm leaving it till detecting earlier. I'm leaving it till tomorrow though. Meant to be still windy,
but really guilty this year at RCM because we were there through the quite great storm. What was that storm called, Adrian, that we had when we were at RCM?
Donald Trump.
It was not Storm Amy.
No,
I booked an Airbnb. I felt guilty about them all being in the tent.
I do apologise for leaving. My dog needed a wee, and I hit a button because Dave's not here, and it all just went wrong. So I've got this behind me now. So sorry, Chris.
We are slick. We didn't even notice you'd gone.
No.
You'll have to watch it back to see what we said about you.
I lost full control. I'm trying to get visual effects. Oh, hang on.
You'll turn yourself into a monster soon. Dean said it's calming down there. Where are you, Dean? Remind us. Storm Donnell. Thanks, Wayne. Wayne, I found a beautiful cabinet at the weekend we were talking cabinets last weekend, and Wayne inspired me because I need a big finds cabinet. I just wanted something good size. Good tip, anyone. I went to my local Emmaus. We're looking for some other stuff to put junk in, cupboards and things around the house. And I came across a big, and it is massive, Georgian.
Yeah,
right.
I think that sounds good. Anyway,
cupboard with a top that lifts up, 2 drawers. You can refit it. It was a tenner.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Bargain. I think we're doing Adrian's wall.
Yay, I don't know what it is, Adrian.
I sent it to you on the app of Watts.
Did you? Oh, yeah, no.
Chris, you know what Adrian's wall is, don't you?
Well, is this
Adrian's
wall? I don't, but I've got an idea. It's not the actual Adrian's wall, is it?
No, so it's drunken disorderly.
Adrian's wall from Essex.
Yeah. So basically, we share an artifact behind some blocks. So it's a bit like, what's that TV program?
Catchphrase.
Yeah, catchphrase. Yeah. But with images, and you got to guess what the artifact is. So tonight we're actually asking for the actual word. Donna, have you got it? Have you got the
it's a thing, but it's 2 words.
Yeah. So I just need to write.
And it has to be exact words.
Dave's not here, so I have to bloody play the intro.
It's going to go really badly wrong.
Nearly. Have you got it?
Hold your breath. We've got the title. We haven't got the green page. It needs to fade out.
Am I meant to be answering this?
No, you've got to call out the numbers.
Donna, have you got the wall?
So you slowly call out the numbers.
Yeah.
Kevin Allen thinks you're going to reveal it. No, Kevin, he's been training for this.
Hello,
Dave Moss.
I'm up there with the Paralympics.
Yeah. So you can personally guess, Chris, but you mustn't say what you think it is.
Right.
You're going to call out the numbers to do the reveal, and I will look to see if anyone's given the answer in the chat. And Adrian's just left now to let the dog.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
It's going well.
Isn't it?
I thought you were putting your tie on, Adrian. I'm just saying.
Got a number, Chris?
Nick's joined us as well. Hello, Nick.
32.
You're just in time for Adrian's wall, Nick.
Yeah, so what do I do? Call out any number then? Or?
You basically call out a number and Adrian will pull the tile off and people have to guess it. And John, don't give me number 20 because it's Chris's turn to do the numbers.
Right,
We've got Jew's harp's not a Jew's harp. Good guess. When you've seen nothing at all, John.
I can't see the bloody numbers. 14. There you go.
It's 1 to 31 at the moment. Snowstorm, says Nick Berry. In fact, Dean said the weather is atrocious there at the moment. Snowman, said Michael Jarvis. Blank Page, said G. McAvady. Better guess. Crotwell, James,
numbers 1 to 32.
Yeah, right. 3.
Potleg, Jacqueline Wilson, no. Arrowhead, said Nick Berry. Golden Nugget, said Dean. Rusty Trombone, Philip Wills. Roman Shoe, David Moore. Horseshoe, Stephen Brame. Does it really look like a horseshoe?
Another number, Chris?
27.
You have to look at the picture. Candlestick, Philip Wills.
Oh, no. God.
And it's all gone wrong again. What are you doing? We're there. Don't press anything. Door knocker, said Philip Wills. Good guess, Philip, but no. Watchwinder, Kevin Allen, no. Sword hanger, John Clayton. Strap junction, Nick Berry.
Number
20.
Hand grenade. Door knocker, jewelry hanger. Horsebit, Michael.
Number, Chris.
Have a look. what you think it looks like. A horse harness.
Oh,
no.
God.
Keep turning the screen off, Adrian.
I don't know.
Right, everyone, it's not a horse bit. Chastity belt, Philip Wills. No. Bridal
7.
clamp. What is a bridal clamp? That's not even a thing. Watch strap, Dick McFaddy, no. Chain pull, Nick Berry, no.
9.
Chris?
9.
Stonewall, yes, it was Wayne, but that's not the answer. Back to chain pull, Nick Berry. You've already said that.
The screen's only about as big as a large first-class stamp on my phone, so I'm trying to use my glasses.
That's why. Chain
11.
neck
11.
choker, no. Stonewall.
Another one, Chris?
Yeah, don't say
12.
that, James. You get a ban. Bug chain, sword hanger. I think we've already had sword hanger, Stephen.
30.
Plug chain bracelet, watch holder.
Oh, God,
it's not a brace and a let. Bog chain, honestly. What's your manners?
And again, Chris?
18. Go on, it's getting easier now, isn't it?
We can see there's a chain, and that should be a clue. It's because Adrian's trying to eat a pizza and do this. It's multitasking. Men can't do it.
Finished.
Yeah.
Chris,
10. 10.
No. Wool, armor.
Oh, shit.
Brilliant.
It's one of
no
those.
One saw it. No one saw
Mare
it.
chain, no. Armor, toilet chain pull, Merrill chain, clasp, nearly Philip Wills.
I can only see Brit.
I don't know what's going on with the system tonight.
It's necklace chain. Well done, Dave Moore. Cloak clasp. You got it. I called it, said Kevin Allen. You didn't. Ha 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 ha, said Wayne Lawrence. Yeah, he called the wool. Well done, Adrian. That was just really professional.
I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to work for Blockbusters next week.
I think you should do, yeah. I think it's a stunning piece. Would you like to tell us all about it, darling?
No, you can. It's an incomplete copper alloy cloak clasp. Was that our winner?
It's Dave Moore. Dave, you know what to do. Get in touch with us via the website. Send us your details. And what's he getting for a prize, Adrian?
Composite cleaning pencil stuff. So, yeah. It's worth more than 10 quid. So, yeah, just load of composite cleaning pencil stuff.
So, for those who are listening on the podcast, are we going to read the description out?
I did.
It was a beautiful chain with a lion's head on each side. They said zoomorphic. I mean, really, it is zoomorphic, but it's a bit post medieval for those kind of words. It annoys me.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chris, thank you for putting up with our Adrian's wall.
There's a thing to behold.
It struggles.
I'm hungry as well now. Might get some pizza myself.
Yeah, well, I haven't eaten. It's a long story, and that'd be green screen's gone. Chris, what have you got planned? Because you've donated a lot of your finds, well, pretty much all of them,
good question,
to the local museum. What are your plans for going forward? Are you going to donate regularly to the local museum, or are you going to build up you got kids, I presume?
Yeah. I've got 3 boys, 15, 11 and 13. So hopefully they'll carry on holding the torch once I've moved on or what have you. And but no, it's continually sort of like build the collection for everyone to see. As simple as that. And if I ever want to go and see it, it's there, it's easier to see, and I haven't got that kind of space to display it at home either. But
no, it's a lot of finds. I mean, it's did you count how many finds went in there?
I stopped counting. I've printed 125 labels, and I've had to go back several times to put more in. So it's over 125. Not items, because under that there's like 30 spindle wheels. There's
categories.
Barrel. Yeah, and in the background I've just put loads of the copper clad coated coins, all coming out as coin spells out of boxes and all that sort of stuff. So it's even incorporated the like the junky finds, if you like, not junky finds.
But it's used to really good effect. I mean, you're as artistic in your presentation as you are in your photography. If anyone in the chat has joined us later, go back in, watch us on YouTube. So if you don't know, we're on YouTube as well. You can watch us anytime you like, and all the back shows. So we're over 300 and something now, but you can watch all the back editions too. But watch this sort of in the middle where we actually go through the video, because this is a phenomenal philanthropic donation. So you haven't got plans to give up detecting then, Chris?
No, not at all. It's just no, not at all.
Good. So and you must have some phenomenal land to bring all of this stuff up, to keep bringing it up.
Down
south. We live on the border of England and Wales, and it's ground zero for history. The line of castles that go down the Marches border is just incredible. If you look at a map, you can see the actual outline of the fortified monuments and castles, and it makes up a thick, dark line between England and Wales. And we're right smack bang in the middle of that. So if you're not finding stuff there, you're not finding anything. We've got the A5 that comes straight through. I mean, like I was saying before, there's been no Viking finds recorded.
I love the Playmobil figure. No, but yeah, you found the Viking finds, and really they weren't supposed to have gone sort of pushed that far.
That's basically put Viking Oswestry on the map. They didn't know about these things until, but they knew about them, but just not here.
So how do you find getting permissions then? Do you actually think of a site that you want to go and detect and ask, or is it speculative? Do you actually get land and then find there's something on
it? I used to live on the A5, literally grew up right next to the A5. So when I was a kid growing up, I always thought about the Roman army walking past my mum's house. And so wherever you go within spitting distance of where I used to live, I found a Bronze Age axe set, I found Roman coins, Victorian, right next to the A5. And then because I've grown up around there, I've known the farmers or known their children and friend of a friend. And I've just built up some nice permission, what would happen to be in ground zero for history. So I've been blessed, is all I can say. And very persistent. You don't just go out and find all these amazing things in those pictures. As you know, you come back with bucketfuls of trash, and it's just knowing and holding on to things that you're not sure about. Half of the Viking stuff, it looked like a fidget spinner, this 4-way harness fitting, and then I saw one pop up on Instagram, and then I was like, what? So I ended up going through my scrap box, and wow, Viking, and then all the other stuff I found naturally, being a little bit more careful.
Yeah, I mean, and that's interesting actually. You saying hold on to your trash. The Portable Antiquity Scheme, one of their training sessions was on iron finds, not very long ago actually, and there's stuff that I separate for one of my farmer's sons, because he likes going through all the iron stuff. So I kind of put that to one side, the bits of broken horseshoe and things like that, and I found out that I'd actually got they were almost like a mini standard. It looks like a weird belt buckle, but it's almost like a mini standard that sits on the front of a medieval, like proper jousting saddle. And I didn't even know I got one. So, there is stuff that is unusual out there that it's not just everyday finds that you're going to say or know what it is or have seen it before. So it is, I mean, I got, like you say about the Viking stuff, Chris, it is sometimes hard to identify Viking stuff. It can be quite crude, and it is a strange shape for us. It's different than what we're used to seeing. And one of my detectorist mates gave me a load of stuff for the museum that his client needed one, and that there was part of a bracelet in there, part of a Viking bracelet. Hello, Adrian.
Oh.
No, you're too sexy for your pants. Too sexy for your pants. Pants. No, sorry.
I can't hear anything. Oh, they come back. Yeah, I can hear now.
Yeah, it's
I've got interweb problems.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris,
you're a man of a certain age.
Is your son or they on PlayStation at the moment? Because you've gone all pixelated.
No, it's probably. I'll blame the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
it gone?
Our signal goes a bit strange when we have heavy winds. It was. I've got a roof light up there. It was actually trying to rain a minute ago, and if it poured down, I wouldn't be able to hear what I'm saying. Lucky me.
I have trouble with heavy wind around here.
Chris Wayne Rowland said, "If you're ever down in Carnarvon Way, give me a shout, mate. You're welcome to come on my permissions." And you know Wayne, don't you, Chris? He's a yeah. So you two detecting, you'd smash it.
He looks all right, but when you get talking to him,
he's got that accent. Hold on, I'll tell you what accent it is. It's that one. That one. That accent.
What's that, Donna? Hold it up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Clumpety,
we won't
over
go
the
down
viaduct.
in Pugwash Road, but he's up there. Lovely bloke.
Matt Kent said, "Imagine if you met Chris in real life and he is covered in little squares." He's not Matt. He's very cuddly and very sweet.
I'll tell you what, Chris. There's a reason he's on Instagram, because when you meet Chris in real life, which I have very fortunately quite a few times. Do you remember? Was it Chris? Not last year, the year before at Detectable. Me and you and Dawn sat there drinking, and we were chatting, and everyone was out detecting, and we sat there just talking and putting the world to rights, and it was lovely. It was so nice. He's such a nice bloke, but you are shy. I think you're shy, and I'm quite shy.
Out him. He's on here. Well, a lot of people are too shy to come on.
Because you're not a YouTuber. People don't think you know much in the hobby, but I'm sorry, 43,000. Was it 43 or 48,000?
48.
Yeah, what's 4,000?
After tonight, you'll have about 3 more. Stephen Graham said he met you at RCM. He had the pleasure to meet you and shake your hand.
He's such a nice guy, and I think Chris's photography, his Instagram account. I think taking good photos of your artifacts or your finds, coins, whatever, is so important. And Chris does it in a way which potentially, well, you'll probably back me on this, Chris, gets people into the hobby who aren't interested in metal detecting purely because it's such a good photo.
Yeah, it's sort of, you've got seconds to captivate people, and they'll go past you real quickly. So even if they're stopping for half a second, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it looks clear, neat, and you can see what it is or intrigue someone. Those are the keys, really. And get down to if anyone else wants to try and take good photos, just get down to the level of the item rather than standing above it. Turn your phone upside down, maybe. You just try different things with your phone. And you can do
different angles, isn't it? And diagonally as well. Stocky Stocks has said he's just found you and followed.
Oh, awesome! Thank you. I will give you £1. There you go.
Well,
an English pound. Yes.
Chris is he pixelated for you, Donna, at the moment? Yeah, he is.
Yes, he's very pixelated, but you can still hear him.
Yeah. Do I look like a Minecraft character?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, excellent. You do. But don't worry, that's a good thing. You're not as bad as the man who found. What did he find? He came on the show one year on a Amazon Fire tablet with no sound. I just think anyone who's what did he the cup? What's the famous cup?
Ringlemere Cup?
No, bigger than that.
Holy Grail.
Sorry?
The Grail.
Yeah, he thought
or
he
the
found the Holy Grail. Yeah. Holy Grail cup in a stream. And he came on the show a few years ago on his Amazon Fire. It was about 3 or 4 years ago, but it's one of my favourite shows because he couldn't get a connection. Chris has gone. I'll tell you what, Chris. We've only got 12 minutes, but you're very, very pixelated, but we can hear you. But I think you might lag out soon. But before you lag out, I'd just like to say, me, Donna, and him, Dave.
That one.
Bless him.
Dave.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming on the show tonight. One of the hidden yet key people in the hobby of metal detecting, which I think if people see you at rallies should come and say hello and give you a hug. And
you should. And he's brought you an important message tonight. Anyone who's tuned in tonight, think about what you're going to do with your finds. It's a good conversation to have, but think about how you can share your finds with people now. Give yourself, I have said it before, but give yourself an opportunity to talk about what you've done, what you're doing. We've got a lot of knowledge to share. We shouldn't be shy about sharing it. Do local school fate or something like that. Chris?
Remember, you're only the custodian of this. Yes. It will live on long beyond you. So you just need to know what it's about in the right context.
Yeah, exactly. And if you found something valuable, make sure somebody knows that it is valuable and not just a piece of metal. I have looked at so many collections, and it's the other side of that where people think somebody they love has found really important stuff and they show it to you and, it was special to them, but it's not special in the whole scheme of things. And then it's really hard to know what to do with it. Really they should be passing it on to a mate or somebody like that. I mean, lots of times, like Stephen Brame said earlier, the museums, they don't have the capacity to store it. But maybe look out for one of the smaller museums because they will take it and they will. The nice thing is about smaller about museums like Oswestry is they need that stuff. They need to have that conversation about local history with their audience, and it brings people in. People love looking at stuff like this.
Also in your local library. Remember, your local library has big displays as well.
Yeah, and we do. The only problem we have with the local library is our display is in the foyer, and then it becomes a security issue.
Right, got it.
100%. 100%.
Right, so I'm gonna Minecraft off anyway. Am I still pixelated?
I was just about to say we can't really see you, but Chris, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight, and I look forward to meeting you. Well, got no detectable this year, so it'll probably be one of the RCM events. Are you going to the Mine Lab 500 or?
No, but I'll be with Regton at some of the rallies. Maybe the Lothian one up north. Maybe the Rodney Cup. We'll have to wait and see. But thank you so much for having me, and I love you both. Bye.
You're more than welcome, Chris.
Bye.
Have a great weekend. What a lovely bloke.
Idiot. And he
did that on purpose just so he could get off early. That's all.
Well, I don't blame him because I said to him, could you come on for half an hour? And he's been an hour. So, but in all honesty, if you've never met Chris and you see him, he's such a shy guy. Stands there chatting away, and go up to him and say hello, Chris. And I mean, 48,000 followers on Instagram. That's quite big, Donna. That's quite big.
I think he's an artist, isn't he? You don't frame or take photographs like that unless you have a real creative ability. And I think a lot of people are like that.
they show their passion. What he does. I didn't ask him what he does.
No, I don't know. Window cleaner, I bet.
I think he's a butcher.
Is he?
I think he's I remember now. He makes Savoy sausages.
Your favourite. There you go. Good job, Dave's not on. Doesn't understand Savoy. Yeah, doesn't understand one of those.
They call them spicy sausage up north. But anyway.
Yeah, well, it's because they've got seasoning in them.
So, getting back to the world of metal detecting, Donna, I've got the Legend 2, which I'm really, really enjoying at the moment. You've got the Deus 2 with the HF2 coil and the stereo headphones, even though you haven't used stereo headphones. More importantly, have you done the Deus update?
No, because I've got to wait for the 4.1 to come out. So I'm on 3.1. 4.1 isn't out yet. 4 is out. 4.1. If it is out, I haven't heard it. Ask Seb if he's still in the chat. But I'm not going to do the update until I'm ready to go stereo. I'm just not ready to go stereo yet. So I think. Do you know what was the most surprising thing? You know, I've been banging on about these blasted headphones, these backphones, for about 2 years now. How annoying they are. I took the step. I got the XLs. They turned up. They weren't as big as I thought they were. In fact, they're probably smaller than the Legend ones. And oh my God, guys, if you're wearing backphones and you're going detecting in weather, the wind, whatever, I've suddenly understood that I have not been going out detecting when it's windy because I can't hear properly. So I've been putting off detecting because it's windy. And the first day I got
because you're old.
It isn't. It's because it's actually there's such a gap. Because the band doesn't fit, it's pulling back and it's creating this like flare. And I can feel wind like between my ears. I'm not catching the sound. The difference those headphones make to capturing the sound is phenomenal. And I've not even turned them up. I've not even turned them up, and I am hearing everything. I had a great time. Absolutely brilliant time. So it was like having a different machine. So very, very interesting. Just change your headphones. Bit like going from when you used to have a really crappy old pair of headphones when you were analog before, and you'd plug any headphone into your machine, and then you go and get a pair of really nice like Garrett headphones and you plug them in. The difference in the quality of sound is huge.
Yeah, I think the Deus 2 new stereo thing is a big learning curve, hugely. And I think you should just get in there and try it, because I did. I went in there at the deep end. And
do you think you'll go back? Because you can. The nice thing is you can go back. So if you,
of course you can. But why would you? Why would you? Why would XP develop?
Well, a lot of people
technology. Get a new... Why would they do it, Donna? Why would you not?
No, what I mean is a lot of people who they don't persevere, and that's one of the biggest problems we've got in this hobby is they don't persevere. You're going to,
Donna.
Yeah.
I'll say to you tonight, we're going to the chip shop. What are you going to order?
Me.
What would you order? Fish and chips. Chip shop. What are we going to order? Your favourite fish and chip shop. I normally
order a cheese kebab.
Exactly. Normally order. Just make the change.
If I made a change, it'd just be boring old fish and chips.
Go from big pants. Go from big pants to a thong. It's the way it is. It's the world's changing. This is what it's all about. You got to move on with the times, Donna. I'm
waiting. I am waiting for your first epic find with those stereo headphones.
Well, I found. You might even guess how organised I am. That ridiculously small hammered.
Oh, that's good. How far down was it?
6 inches on its side. Like
but you wouldn't have missed it. You wouldn't have missed that.
Look how thin it is. Look how.
Would you have missed it? I wouldn't have missed it.
Look how bloody wood. Look how small it is.
See, I just don't know. I went over a bit of land that I thought I'd destroyed, and I
might have found it with a wing wang woo or whatever, but
no, you wouldn't. No.
But
Stephen Brame said pudding, chips, peas, and gravy. What is pudding? That's got to be northern. David understand that.
Anyway, it's nearly time to finish the show.
Can we mention Wayne Rowland's still got his competition running on, ladies and gents? If anyone wants to go, 2 cabinets to be won, all money to go towards Macmillan Cancer. Heads up to Wayne. People can get in touch with you, and I think it's you. If they get in touch with you via Facebook, Wayne, you'll point them in the right direction, I'm sure.
No. Thank you, John Clayton.
You do, John. You win stuff all the time.
He won. I'm sure, John Clayton. Did you win the rucksack? I've probably answered that in the chat.
He won. The last machine he won was the Simplex. Well, I've never won a machine, John. Just saying.
Hi, Carl. Hope you're okay, mate.
Not everyone, Carl.
Anyway,
hi, Karen. You're going to have to start from the beginning. We're just about to check out. Stephen Brame said it's Holland's pudding. What's Holland's pudding?
That's a pudding.
Yeah, but what is it? It's got to be like a meat. It's got to be like a dumpling or a meat pudding.
Anyway,
Star Carts of fish and chips.
Thank you for joining us tonight, especially with Donna.
Especially with me. I won't be here for the next 2 weeks. You get a proper break.
Oh, really? Oh,
shut up! I'm going to be going. I'm going to be going to Glastonbury tour at some point.
Oh, because next week we got Relic Tag on, which
that's going to be interesting. And
yeah, it's going to be
a lot of people
really interesting
who asked questions in the chat. Check in next week so you can ask your question to the man, because he will be here answering questions and taking suggestions, I'm sure.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, watch us on YouTube or whatever again, because Relic Tag, I think, is something that the higher authority in the hobby should adopt, because if you pass away or you hand your finds on, it's very good for identifying them. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Donna's here. Donna's going.
Stephen's just saying hope Dave's feeling better soon. Lots of people are saying good night on. And Kevin Allen, yes, you can turn your hearing aid back on again.
Yeah, so thank you all, and we'll see you next week. Thanks a lot. Oh, God.